Phyllis Reed.
Morning.
Morning, Phyllis. Phyllis, you have a red light violation on Allen's Avenue and Terminal Street.
Yes, I do.
You were viewed on camera,
Yes, I was.
so we're going to take a look at it.
We don't have to. I know I ran the light.
Well, we're going to take a look at it.
Sure.
The reason-
Embarrass me.
The reason is that if you were past the first stop line, I'll dismiss it. So we're going to take a look at it.
Okay.
Okay? You were not past the first stop line.
No.
The light was red, and you went through.
The light was red. I watched it 10 times. Could not believe that I did that.
Yeah.
I will say there was some extenuating circumstances. My mother broke her hip at 11 o'clock, the 12th. And I had been at Rhode Island Hospital from 11 o'clock until 12:59 or whatever in the morning. I was trying to find where to get onto Route 95 South. I was obviously exhausted, couldn't find it.
Your mom was at the hospital?
Yes, yes, she was admitted and she was operated on the next morning at 8 o'clock. But I'd been with her for 13 hours trying to get her, from the trauma to the, examining room to her room. I was just exhausted, couldn't find 95, never saw the light. That's my excuse, but I know I did it. I take care of my mother. She's 93 years old and has COPD. And I was just exhausted.
How's she doing?
She's home. She was at rehab for 4 weeks, and she's getting better. But she's a feisty old 93-year-old. Mom, I didn't mean that.
She obviously did a great job as a mother. For you to have such dedication to your mother
Yes.
speaks volumes about her. It speaks volumes about you as well.
Thank you.
But for you to have those kind of feelings for your mom, she has to be some kind of an extraordinary woman.
She's a wonderful lady. She's a feisty old lady, and I'm probably going to be the same as her if I live that long.
How many siblings do you have?
I have a brother and a sister. My brother lives in Virginia, and my sister just went through some personal tragedy, so they have not been available to take care of her. I've been taking care of her now for about 2 years, 2.5 years. I live with her, and I go visit my husband.
You visit your husband?
We've been married 46 years, and I go visit him at least twice a week.
Because you're taking care of your mother.
Exactly.
What do you think of that, Inspector Quinn?
It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
I just hope my kids will do the same for me.
Oh, I doubt that, but
I don't doubt it at all. I think kids do what they see,
I hope so.
and what you represent is a very strong, you represent the best of America, but you represent a very strong family unit.
Thank you.
And I think one of the sins of this country has been the disintegration of the family unit. So the way her mother treated her and raised her, that's what she's doing, and that's what your kids are seeing as well. So that's what's going to happen, because you're setting the example. You're setting a real good example.
Thank you.
I think based on the circumstances you gave me, it was at 1 o'clock in the morning. There was no traffic on the road. She went through the light. I'm going to give you a break on it. It's your first violation. The matter's going to be dismissed. Keep taking care of your mother.
Thank you, I shall.
I'm going to be checking on you.
That's where I'll be going from here.
You going from here to there?
Yes, I am.
Good luck.
Have a good day.
95 South is if you go straight on the street. Have a good day. First of all, I would like to agree with the judge that by taking care of her 93-year-old mother, Phyllis Reed does represent the best of America. I also think she represents a role model that more wives, like my wife Colleen, should try to emulate. Phyllis lives with her mother full-time and visits her husband twice a week. I know that arrangement would take a selfless sacrifice on my part, but it's one that I'm willing to make in order to preserve our strong family unit. I'll even help you pack, honey. It's just the kind of guy I am. Selfless. Me.
Good morning, Mr. Breyer.
Morning.
You're charged with going through a red light on Prairie and Thurbers. Is there anything you want to tell me about this?
I thought I was here for display of plates. That's news to me.
No, you're here for going through a red light on Prairie Avenue and Thurvis Avenue. And this is a mandatory hearing because you have 3 violations.
Can I get it dismissed on my good driving
You
record?
don't have a good driving record.
Can I get it dismissed on someone else's good driving record? Him? He seems to be helping everybody out today.
Well, let me put it this way. Let me ask you something before I make a decision on what I'm going to do with the case, okay? Because you're coming today as a very imposing figure, right? And before I determine whether or not I'll ask Inspector Quinn how he feels about this, I just want to make a determination whether you can bench press more than him.
You got a bench?
How much can you bench press?
Like 260.
260. Now, Inspector Quinn, he's above that.
Yeah?
How much can you bench
No,
press?
Probably right about that. I mean, we got a gym down the end of the hall. Right? We got a gym down the end of the hall. We can figure that out.
You ready?
Well, I mean, I'd have to go home and change and, you know what I mean, and drink a power shake
Honor.
and warm up. And yeah, probably about a year and a half from now, I might be warmed up enough to go.
How about I bench press Officer Quinn? And we dismiss everything.
Gonna pick him up and do this? We're not gonna do that, I can guarantee
Okay.
you. At any rate,
Gonna have to do that in a rescue.
how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, I guess. I wasn't even aware I was coming for that. But,
All right.
I mean, if they said I did it, I don't need to get brought up on the screen.
It's $86. Tanya King. Tanya, you're charged with speeding in a school zone on Chalkstone Avenue.
Wondering about that ticket because in all honesty, I leave every day my house at 5 a.m. because I have to be at work at 5:40 something. So my babysitter, she lives in a school area, but at that time, so definitely I have to drop off my son every day between 5 and 6. So and at that time, I mean, I know that it is a school zone, but no school at the time. And I don't feel that I was in a speedy, but I understand also that nobody is above the law. So, but I understand the ticket. I completely understand it. But, but no cars, no school days. At that time, it is like so difficult. Because to be honest, I am a hard worker woman, and at that time, I just want to be at my work and being responsible with and to wake up my son at that time every day. It is like, it killing me. No matter what, he goes to sleep early every day.
How old is your son?
7.
Oh. Well, this ticket was at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, because this is by the time that I usually.
Usually leave earlier.
Yeah, but sometimes it is so difficult.
But you were late on this day,
Yeah,
so you were rushing.
basically. Yeah.
Now I understand. Good job, Judge.
Basically, nobody wants to be late at your,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
like.
You just convicted yourself.
No, and it is totally okay, you know,
It's
but
totally okay.
totally okay because so, as I mentioned before, nobody should be above of the law. Everybody we should be like following.
How old is your baby?
7,
7 years old?
yeah.
All right. You're 1 mile over what we've been doing, so I'm going to give you a break on it. I'm going to give you a break. That was actually a little unfair. I sort of had you admit the offense. It was like back when I was like a trial lawyer. I used to do stuff like that. You know, I'd ask people questions, they end up convicting themselves. So I'm not here to convict you. You were close enough. I'm going to give you a break on it, okay?
Thank you, I really appreciate
All
it.
right. You're a good mother.
Yeah, I hope that my son think in the same way.
Well, someday your son's going to make you very proud of him.
Yeah, I know.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All rise and hit subscribe so you don't miss the latest viral moments like this one. Share these videos and weigh in on the cases. You be the judge. Subscribe now.